recalling today, the night during the wartime, 1939 war, when the Whitley Bomber crashed into the sea off Saltcoats, and remembering about one of the airmen who I met in the bridge asking where the police station was. My mother was night shift in Ayrshire factory, Ayrshire explosives factory. In the still quiet night we heard someone shouting for help. So eventually we got up, got dressed, went out and started walking in the direction that we thought the voice was coming from. And then as we walked along we came to the railway bridge just a short distance from here, and there was a figure appeared out the dark, and the voice said, "Could you tell me where the police station is, please?" And we told that person, and then he revealed that he was a member of the crew of the Whitley Bomber, which had got into some sort of state of distress, and he had bailed out. Others had stayed in the plane, and it had sailed on, it had flown on, and it had crashed into the sea. And the voice we had heard calling for help was an airman who was actually in the water, well out from Saltcoats Harbour. By the time we arrived there were quite a number of people had heard this call, and they were gathered round, and at that time a motorboat came in and it had a crew member aboard that it had rescued. And that, the man we met in the bridge and the sailor, the airman that was rescued in the boat, they were the only two that survived. I think it was two other bodies were eventually washed up on the beach. This is a spot on the other side of the road where the airman suddenly spoke up. Of course we didn't know he was an airman, but the voice said, "Could you tell me where the police station is, please?" And he explained that he'd just bailed out a plane. So we told him how to get there, which was down to the right, and then the second and the left, and he was right at the police station. And then we carried it straight on in the direction of the voice we could hear, and we carried straight on till we came down to Saltcoats Harbour, where there were quite a number of people gathered. We were only there for a short time when a motorboat came into the harbour, and this boat had set out and actually rescued the airman that was in the water. And this was the voice that we had heard quite a long way inland. And this poor fella, he was obviously floating about in the sea to such times as the motorboat came and rescued him. So he had an absolutely miraculous rescue, considering it was by then the early hours of the morning and it was pitch black, and of course it was blackout time, so there were no lights of any sort. This is where we came that evening, that night, the early hours of the morning rather. There was a huge crowd here. We were only here a short time in a motorboat. The crowd that were around didn't actually see the airman, but there was one airman on it, and he was helped up